Good day, I'm Dennis Ward. Welcome to APTN National News. Condolences are pouring in as an absolute Métis legend has passed away. Ray St. Germain passed away on Tuesday in Winnipeg after battling Parkinson's disease for a number of years. While the Métis singer-songwriter was known as an award-winning recording artist and producer, Ray also had over 600 appearances on television, many as the host of the long-running series Big Sky Country. He was also an author, a radio host, and even had a foray into politics. Manitoba Métis Federation President David Chartrand today calling Ray one of the nation's treasures and a true legend in his own right. Ray's wife announced the passing of her husband last night. He was 83 years old. Born in Winnipeg in 1940, he first hit the road at 18 years old. Ray released his first self-titled album back in 1968. His music career took him around the globe over the years. In 2006, Ray even threw his hat into the political arena, running unsuccessfully for the Federal Liberal Party. In 2010, he was inducted into the Canadian Country Music Hall of Fame. Earlier this month, he was honored with the renaming of his childhood street to Big Sky Country Way. A funeral and celebration of life will take place on Saturday, July 6th. We will have more on the passing of Ray St. Germain on our newscast at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. As we mentioned off the top of the show, Métis media legend Ray St. Germain has passed away at the age of 83. We will have much more on Ray's life and legacy tonight on your APTN National News at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We leave you this afternoon with some of Ray's performance from Indigenous Day Live on June 21st, 2011. Have a great afternoon. I'll see you back here in a couple hours.
Here it is, because I'm a traveling man and I don't give a damn. I'm a traveling man, I've been traveling most of my life. I got a good woman, don't you know that she's a good wife? And there's no rhyme or reason why I ought to be sitting here today. But let me explain it all to you, don't you know this is just my way. Yes, I'm a traveling man and I don't give a damn if you don't like the way that I live. I'm a traveling man in love with just a plan and I think about more than I give. You gotta understand I'm not an ordinary man, I'm my own special food.
Good evening, I'm Dennis Ward. Welcome to APTN National News. We start in Winnipeg, where a Métis music legend has passed away. The death of Ray St. Germain was announced by his wife, Glory, on Facebook Tuesday. The 83-year-old was dealing with the effects of Parkinson's disease for the last several years of his life. But as Sav Jones reports, it didn't stop him from singing with his soul.
It's now or never, come hold me tight, kiss me my darling, please be mine tonight.
Earlier this June, Métis legend and music icon Ray St. Germain unexpectedly sang an Elvis Presley song in what is now his last public performance. It was announced on Tuesday that the 83-year-old had died. But less than 3 weeks ago, St. Germain's legacy was honored with the renaming of his childhood street.
So many friends, so many relatives. Thank you so much for everything.
He said with his wife Glory at his side. At a press conference earlier today, Glory shared her cherished memories of their 50 years together.
And Ray sang to me every day, and we danced every day, and music was his life. And I'm so honored that, that his music will continue to inspire people to sing, to praise their heritage, and to move forward with love and compassion.
The news of his passing comes after years of Saint Germain dealing with the effects of Parkinson's disease. But for decades prior, Saint Germain rocked out on stage singing country songs and entertaining the masses with his long-standing television and radio career. Shows like Big Sky Country and Métis Hour ×2. Manitoba Métis Federation President David Chartrand was a close friend.
Our nation is in mourning. There's not a question about it. We lost our legend. We lost our hero.
Saint Germain was recognized by the Aboriginal Order of Canada in 1985 and inducted into the Canadian Country Music Hall of Fame in 2010 for his contribution to Canadian music and Indigenous culture. Saint Germain was proud of his culture, writing the iconic song, "I'm Mighty Proud to be Métis."
You know, that's in the 1970s. That song was sang by him, written by him. Think about history in this room. Go back. Not many people were proud to be Métis then.
Glory says she was surprised when the ailing Saint Germain decided to sing at his street naming ceremony.
And it was his last hurrah to say, I love you, I love everyone, and thank you for sharing the music. And, you know, music feeds the soul.
Saint Germain was known as Winnipeg's Elvis for his soulful voice, and just like the King of Rock, his legacy will live on forever.
Tomorrow it will be too late. It's now or never. My love won't wait.
Sav Jonesa, APTN National News, Winnipeg.
With your lips.
Certainly a big loss. We'll hear more from Ray later in the show. We want to leave you tonight with some of Ray Saint Germain's performance from Indigenous Day Live here in Winnipeg in 2011. Again, Ray Saint Germain gone at the age of 83.
So, here it is, because I'm a traveling man and I don't give a damn. I'm a traveling man, I've been traveling most of my life. I got a good woman, don't you know that she's a good wife? And there's no rhyme or reason why I ought to be sitting here today. But let me explain it all to you, don't you know this is just my way. Yes, I'm a traveling man and I don't give a damn if you don't like the way that I live. I'm a traveling man and love is just a plan and I'll take a lot more than I give. You gotta understand I'm not an ordinary man, I'm my own special food. I'm a traveling man, the things that I plan you ain't never gonna learn in school.
A legend in Manitoba's entertainment world has died. Ray Saint Germain was a singer, songwriter, TV and radio host, and a Métis country music star. CBC's Emily Brass has more on how Winnipeggers are remembering him.
She's a dynamite woman, never gonna let her go.
His rich voice and smooth charm landed him a spot in the Canadian Country Hall of Fame. Ray Saint Germain played with such greats as Johnny Cash and Anne Murray.
We got married in a fever, hotter than a pepper sprout.
That was Ray Saint Germain with Whiskey Train.
Decades later, Indigenous radio station NCI is playing Ray's tunes twice an hour, a tribute to the legend who died from Parkinson's disease Tuesday at 83. David McLeod remembers recruiting Saint Germain back in 1999 to host a show.
And it was an instant success. In fact, it started out an hour long. Part of the format was a call-in, and there was so many calls, hundreds and hundreds of calls, that they had to make the show 2 hours in length.
My mama's Swampy Creek, my daddy European, and I'm mighty proud I'm Métis.
Mighty Proud of Métis. You know, that's in the 1970s. That song was sang by him, written by him. Think about history in this room. Go back. Not many people were proud to be Métis then.
Saint Germain was honored just 2 weeks ago with a street in his name.
It's now or never.
He surprised everyone when he decided to sing, even his wife.
And when he hit the money note, I hit the tear bucket. It was just, you know, it meant everything, and that our family could be there, and that our children were there and singing, and it meant a lot.
Naomi Clark co-hosted the radio show Métis Hour ×2 with him for more than 20 years. Clark says Saint Germain encouraged her and countless fans to pursue their dreams.
There's been so many people that have said, you know, you mentored me, you gave me vocal lessons. You know, this was the, you know, time when I started fiddling, and you gave me that opportunity on the radio show. So his legacy is going to live on for a really long time, and I don't think anyone in Manitoba is going to forget him anytime soon.
Emily Brass, CBC News, Winnipeg.
Well, as we showed you earlier in the show, iconic Métis musician Ray Saint Germain has died at the age of 83. Manitobans right across the province have been paying tribute to him today.
We thought it was only fitting that we leave tonight with a little bit of his music, a performance with his family inside their home from 2006. Good night.
The sound of laughter, the sound of guns, they follow the buffalo on the run. No place of their own they could call home, so they had to roam. There came a man, a fearless man.
He was definitely, without question, one of the great pioneers for Indigenous artists, and for us, for the Métis, for sure. That's why he's one of our legends.
Country music legend Ray Saint Germain passes away at the age of 83.
It was not just about music, even though that was his passion. It was about changing lives.
Singer-songwriter, TV host, and Métis country music legend Ray Saint Germain, who's often dubbed as Winnipeg's Elvis, has passed away at the age of 83, leaving behind a lasting legacy, including right here in the St. Vital neighborhood, where he grew up, as St. Michael Road was given the honorary name Big Sky Country Way.
Well, that's all that I could talk, and I'm mighty proud I'm Métis.
The 83-year-old passed away on Tuesday at Deer Lodge Center, surrounded by family and friends after several years of living with Parkinson's disease.
I know he loved you all, and he was such a proud Métis, and it was his life. He was so proud, and he loved everyone here at the Métis Federation. He loved all his people, and he lived to sing with his gifts.
Saint Germain grew up in Winnipeg's St. Vital neighborhood, and recently had St. Michael Road renamed Big Sky Country Way in tribute to all his many accomplishments. Some of those include his induction into the Order of Manitoba in 2013, the Aboriginal Order of Canada in 1985, being bestowed the Order of the Sash in 1986, and Manitoba Aboriginal Music Hall of Fame in 2005, which Manitoba Métis Federation President David Chartrand says displays only part of his impact.
I think a lot of people looked towards him and saw that, wow, maybe I can do it too. And I think that's where, as I said, he was definitely, without question, one of the great pioneers for Indigenous artists, and for us, for the Métis, for sure. That's why he's one of our legends.
While known for his amazing voice, dubbed by many as Winnipeg's Elvis, he was also an accomplished entertainer and host. Saint Germain took part in more than 600 episodes across TV and radio programs through an over 12-year career, including My Kind of Country and Ray Saint Germain Country.
Ray wanted to make a difference, you know, and together with David Chartrand, he gave him an opportunity to share his music with the world and ultimately with his children. And they now are continuing his musical legacy.
In Winnipeg, Mitchell Ringos, City News.
Manitoba has lost a local icon. Métis music star Ray Saint Germain has died following a lengthy battle with Parkinson's disease. Saint Germain was a trailblazer, appearing frequently on radio and TV over his long career. CTV's John Hendricks has more on the passing of the Métis music legend.
Once again, here's Ray Saint Germain.
Hey, I'm a traveling man. I've been traveling most of my life.
Those travels starting at the age of 14. And in the many decades that followed, Ray Saint Germain would blaze a trail of glory, entertaining audiences around the world with a guitar in his hand and a song on his lips.
His music impacted me profoundly, and obviously I fell in love with his voice and ultimately fell in love with him.
They gotta understand, not an ordinary man. I'm God's own special special food.
Ray St. Germain's popularity as an artist brought him into the homes of TV viewers across the country. He was a regular guest and also hosted his own television shows, often with his family by his side.
I mean, how much prouder can you get?
Ray St. Germain is really the godfather of popular music in Manitoba.
Music historian and author John Anderson calls St. Germain a pioneer and an important figure in Manitoba's country music and early rock and roll scene.
His first record, She's a Square, 1958, is regarded as the first rock and roll record by a Manitoba performer.
And not just any performer, a Métis performer.
There came a man, a fearless man. Now Louis Riel was his name.
Ray St. Germain wore his Métis heritage on his sleeve as a badge of honor, singing about his pride to be Métis.
Think about history in this room. Go back. Not many people were proud to be Métis then. They were hiding their identity, and the nation was not yet united as it is today.
MMF President David Chartrand says Ray St. Germain was a hero to the Métis and a legend to many lucky enough to call him family or friend. A legend who lived long enough to be there for a street named in his honor.
Oh, that meant so much to him. It meant the world to him. You could see it in his eyes.
It meant so much, he was moved to sing.
It's now or never.
It was his final public performance. Ray St. Germain was 83.
A funeral and celebration of life will be held on Saturday, July 6th. Still to
Many are mourning and paying tribute to Manitoba music legend Ray St. Germain, who died yesterday after a lengthy battle with Parkinson's disease. The 83-year-old Métis singer-songwriter was a member of the Canadian Country Music Hall of Fame and an Order of Canada recipient, who hosted the nationally syndicated TV show Big Sky Country that aired on this channel when it was known as CKND. St. Germain passed away quietly Tuesday at Deer Lodge Centre, surrounded by family and friends. Earlier this month, St. Michael Road in St. Vital, where St. Germain grew up, was given the honorary name of Big Sky Country Way in his honor. Today, his legacy is being remembered by many in the community, including Manitoba Métis Federation President David Chartrand.
And for what he had done through his career, it was not just about music, even though that was his passion. It was about changing lives and making things better.
Neil Young has.
À la culture, toujours, le Manitobain a perdu l'un de ses grands cette semaine. Le chanteur Ray St. Germain est mort à l'âge de 83 ans après une longue bataille contre la maladie.
Summer's almost gone and winter's coming on. I've laid around and played around this old town too long, and I feel like I've got to travel on.
Les plus vieux d'entre nous s'en souviendront, ce métis de Saint-Vital a eu une fructueuse carrière en tant que chanteur de musique country, auteur, compositeur, interprète. Ray St. Germain a joué notamment aux côtés de Johnny Cash et Kenny Rogers et a intégré le temple de la renommée du country canadien en 2010. Il y a quelques semaines seulement, une rue de Winnipeg était inaugurée en son honneur et a pris le nom d'une émission de TV qui l'animait, Big Country Way. La MMF a d'ailleurs souligné son apport à la communauté aujourd'hui.
Family, friends, and fans gathered to celebrate the life of Manitoba musician Ray St. Germain, who died last week.
When the sun sets over the world.
St. Germain was described as a Métis icon known for hosting the nationally syndicated TV show Big Sky Country. He died after a long battle with Parkinson's disease at 83 years old. Both Premier Wapkinew and Manitoba Métis Federation President David Chartrand delivering remarks at his funeral, which also featured a musical tribute. His wife, Glory St. Germain, recalled the day he passed, surrounded by his family and friends.
I said, "What day is it?" And she said, "It's June the 25th. And I said, "Wow. June the 25th, 50 years ago, was the day that I met Ray." And he sang to me. I was in the Miss Manitoba pageant, and our eyes met, and I fell in love with his voice, and then I fell in love with him.
Time now.
The life of Winnipeg's very own Elvis, known as Ray St. Germain, was celebrated on Saturday with a public ceremony that included family, friends, and the wider community gathering at Calvary Temple. St. Germain, a Métis singer-songwriter and television personality, was known for his vocal likeness to Elvis Presley and hosted the nationally syndicated music program Big Sky Country. He died late last month due to Parkinson's disease at the age of 83. St. Germain's legacy was remembered through a service, and later in the afternoon, a musical tribute was performed by family and friends to honor and celebrate his life.
Ahead on City News.
Tributes keep pouring in for Manitoba Métis music legend Ray St. Germain. The musician and TV host died from Parkinson's disease late last month at the age of 83. On Saturday, hundreds of people came together to honor the star's lasting legacy and the life he left behind. CTV's Gary Robson gives us a glimpse into the somber and celebratory ceremony.
This afternoon, there are going to be many tributes, heartfelt tributes, stories that will evoke tears, I'm sure, and laughter. I know it's cliche, but Ray would like us to be happy.
There's a guy going to be bringing his band in here next week. He's sitting here. He wants to get up with the band and, promote coming in next week. So I said, sure, come on. He's either First Nations or Métis, got no front teeth. Good. Well, he got on stage and he sang like Merle Haggard. He was amazing. And so I said, well, what's the name of your band? He said, are you ready for this? Three Breeds. I know that just that name will draw a crowd. He leaned over and he said, the name of the band is Sea Breeze. I thought, oh, I'm gonna die.
He had an amazing work ethic. He was always, without a doubt, no minimum half hour early for every event, but usually an hour.
I was not only a friend, I was his co-host for 20 years, but I was also like part of his family.
He just always had this way of getting to you and talking to you, and he had that 1,000-watt smile, just his calmness, and he had a passion for music. He also had a passion for Métis.
We'll be thinking of you.
You're in there at 8:39 in the morning, and it's pretty tough to sing at that stuff. And he did a gospel tune called I Believe, and he had some unbelievable notes in there. So we kind of looked, and he got out of the booth, and he said, we're not doing that one again.